sky comes alive. Let's have a jolly holiday. Holiday. Let's have a jolly holiday. Holiday.
Hey guys, welcome back, or welcome if you are new. My name is ShelbyMarybeth. I make weekly cleaning, organizing, and decorating videos for motivation. Today's video is going to be a deep clean with me. I know around the holidays it can be extremely stressful for a lot of people. So I'm going to share my favorite way to de-stress, and that is deep cleaning. So this video is going to be a whole bunch of deep cleaning around our house. So let's get started. So the first area I wanted to start with was actually this back porch. I just needed to tidy up all the things that are just laying on the floor here, and this window, it's so hard to get it in film, but it is just covered in toddler fingerprints and like nose smears from our dog, and Owen's been getting on it now, so there's little baby handprints on it too, and it's a mess. So I really needed to clean that up, and I'm going to clean out the track, but I'm going to just tidy up the porch here and get it straightened up before I get started. So when our windows aren't that bad, I actually just use like a squeegee after spraying it down with the glass cleaner, and then that's it. It makes it super easy. But this window was so bad, and it was so gritty on the outside with just dust and dirt, that I decided to use a cloth this time to really get a good deep scrub on these windows. They look so sparkly, shiny, and clean after doing this too, and it was much needed. So if this is your first time watching one of my videos, I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is ShelbyMarybeth. I have a daughter, her name is Cecilia. She is almost 3, and a son, his name is Owen, and he is almost 11 months old. I actually work part-time as a nurse right now, and YouTube is like my hobby. I just enjoy making these videos. I make a new video and upload every single Sunday. I've actually been doing this for a couple of years now. Time has just been flying by, but I just enjoy it so much. So throughout this video, I'm going to be sharing a whole bunch of my favorite ways to deep clean our home. So after I'm done with the window here, I'm actually going to move on to the track. As soon as the track on this sliding door starts to get a little stuck and harder to move, I like to deep clean it and just clean out all the gunk that likes to build up in it. After this, I'll be deep cleaning other areas of our house. I have a whole bunch of deep cleaning tricks that I like to do in our kitchen. And then when Cecilia and Owen are both up, I like to find ways that I can still deep clean while watching them. So I'll be sharing that with you as well. So when this video goes up, it will have been a few days after Thanksgiving here in the United States. So I hope you all had a fantastic Thanksgiving. I hope you got to spend it with your family, and I hope you had a ton of really yummy food. I know for me at least, after Thanksgiving, it just seems like it's the switch to the end of the year rush. Like our to-do list just becomes a mile long, and there's just a whole bunch of things that I need to get done. So I encourage you not to procrastinate. You can do everything on your to-do list. I like to actually just write everything down that I'm thinking about that I need to do, and then it feels so much less overwhelming. I've also been a lot better about knowing my limits and knowing I can't do everything, and to give myself that grace and just more time to actually just spend with our family at home, because I feel like those moments are so much more precious than all the craziness that we can get wrapped up into when it's Christmas time. So I'm going to move on to this track now, and you can see some of the gunk that's been building up. We have a German Shepherd. He's like 90 pounds and sheds so much. So I like to vacuum all the dirt and all of his hair out of this track before I take out our steamer and really go at it. I also make sure to open both sliding doors so that I can get on the other side. We actually keep Django's crate back here, so it's probably not the best spot for it, because when he's laying there, all of his hair kind of gets trapped in this area and then falls into the track and makes it that much worse, but we really don't have a better spot for it. So anyway, I'm just pulling out the hair that gets stuck inside that little track with my fingers and then vacuuming up what I can.
Yeah, it's just gonna be you and me, hang by the fire and chill.
I got our steamer out now, and I love this thing. It is like a heavy duty steamer, and it really gets into all these nooks and crevices. This is definitely the best way I have found to clean out this track, and I try to do it on a regular basis. Like I said earlier, as soon as this track starts to get a little heavier and harder to push, I clean out this track. So now I have just like a little grout cleaner brush, and I'm brushing off some of the gunkier areas. I will admit this is definitely not the worst that this track has been, and I'm just, wiping it down with a towel now to make sure it's nice and dry. But anyway, like I think it was a couple months ago, I actually cleaned this track out because Django had thrown up in the track, and we had been outside. So when we came inside, we had opened this door, and the door had slid right into that throw up that was in the track, and it was absolutely disgusting. It took me like an hour to clean out this track. But those are some of the many joys of having a dog and a cat and kids, is you just have a ton of things to clean up on top of all the other daily things that you need to clean up. Good thing I like cleaning. Anyway, I am in Owen's room now because he is up, so I really needed to do some deep cleaning in here. I'm cleaning up a little bin here that I have with all of his like diaper rash creams and wipes and everything, and I'm just gonna wipe down his entire dresser here. I'm gonna change all the linens in here. Part of our nightly routine is for me to lotion up Owen. So he will take his hand, which is lotioned up, and run it along this wall while I'm putting it on him. So this whole wall was covered in like lotion spots and whatever else. So I was washing that all off, and it actually came off very easily. I'm just using a water bottle with like a mixture of water and vinegar in it. This is what I love to use inside Owen and Cecilia's room, since it is completely natural and doesn't have like any chemicals or anything that I need to worry about, especially if like for some reason he puts his mouth all over his dresser because he's a baby. He likes to put his mouth on everything. So it's just safe and I don't have to worry about it. So I'm going to be moving on to his crib now. This actually used to be Cecilia's, and I'm pretty sure I've shared in the past, like we moved her old crib into here, and I sold his not that long ago. So anyway, this crib just has more sentimental value since it was the first crib my husband and I ever bought. So I decided to move it in here. Owen's last crib was white, so I think it matched this room a little bit more, but I still love this crib so much, and it's a little bit bigger, so I think it's gonna actually work for him a lot longer than the other one. So anyway, I'm changing the protector on the mattress, I'm changing the sheet, and then for some reason there's just like splatter marks everywhere on the crib with like, who knows, milk, formula. This was Cecilia's crib before, and I did not wash it before putting it in here, so it really needed a good wash down. Sometimes I wonder why I even bother putting mirrors in our house and why I bother like cleaning windows, because they just get like covered in fingerprints all the time. But Cecilia loves helping me clean the mirrors, and they always have so much fun playing in them. So that is why we have them, but I can guarantee there will be fingerprints on this mirror in 5 seconds after we clean it. But at least she's having fun and cleaning with me. She is always searching for a way to help me too when I'm like filming these videos. She just wants to be my little helper with cleaning, and I think it's so cute. So she is taking all the laundry to the laundry room for me. She cleaned up all those toys, and now I'm doing a quick vacuum here in Owen's room. His room is like all the way in the back of our house, so our dog Jingo, he doesn't really come in here that often, but we must like track his hair like with our feet throughout the house, because whenever I vacuum in here, I am so surprised by how much dog hair I pick up, and I'll be showing you guys in a little bit how much is in this canister after I am done vacuuming in here.
As long as I spend this day with you, so beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. Ooh.
So we are moving into Cecilia's room. She's helping me bring all the toys and things that don't belong in here. She's bringing them to the toy room, and I'm gonna make her bed. There really is like no easy way for me to film me making her bed without it looking so awkward, so I just always kind of skip through it. Now we are cleaning up all of her stuffed animals. The only thing she has in her room are stuffed animals, and we give her 2 books. It's the only way we have been able to find that this toddler bed has been working for her. Otherwise, she will be up all hours of the night playing with her toys and doing what else. We tried everything, so we just ended up taking everything out except for she gets 2 books and her stuffed animals. I actually have a video of like redecorating her room and changing it out from a crib to a toddler bed. So now that I have like all the tips and everything kind of put together for like that switch and making it easier for your toddler, I'm going to try and put it together soon. But like I said, this is the end of the year rush, so I'm not positive when I'll be able to put that video together, and I really want to put more motivation for like cleaning, organizing, and all the things that we need to do this time of year. So that's not something I'm really stressing about right now. So after I finish up here in Cecilia's room, we're going to be moving into the kitchen. It's going to be Owen and Cecilia's nap time, so that's when I get really into the deep cleaning because I don't have to watch them at the same time, so things get really good. So this is the slider that we were working on earlier, and now I'm going to move right into our kitchen and breakfast nook area. First, I need to clean up everything that's been on our counters, and luckily there's not too many dishes right now, but I'm just going to do a quick tidy because I can't do any deep cleaning before all of this is cleaned up. So when I filmed this video, it's actually 34 days till Christmas. I don't know if you noticed the little block on our counter. It said like 73, but that is because Cecilia will sit at the counter there on a chair while I make breakfast and help me, and she likes to play with those blocks. So it said 73 days until Christmas, but it definitely is not. It's like 30 days till Christmas now, so we are down on that final countdown. These blocks are also like a 25-day countdown, so whenever I'm like in the 30s, it's a little off. Like I think it was 34 days on this day, but I put it at 32 because there's no 4. Anyway, so this is a little unrelated, but I was just thinking about like Black Friday shopping, and I was curious how many of you went out and actually went to stores on Black Friday. We actually did this year. We had my mom come and watch our kids, and then my husband and I went out Black Friday shopping, and I was so surprised there was like hardly anybody out. Does everybody like do like the Black Friday shopping online now? I know the past few years that's what I have done because it's just so much easier, and I didn't want to, you know, get in with those crowds and everything, but like I said, I was just so surprised there was like hardly anybody out, especially in the morning. It started to pick up a little bit after lunch, but there was still like no lines at the registers, and for once Target had like all of their registers open, and we just walked right up. So right now I'm actually just loading all of our dirty dishes into the dishwasher, and then after this I'm going to be doing a deep clean of our sink, and I'll show you how I love to clean out our disposal area. It can be an area in our kitchen that can really gunk up and start smelling, so I love cleaning this out. We already have like these sink drain catchers just to catch any of the big gunky stuff, but we do have the disposal on the right side. So when I'm cleaning this area out, I like to put just ice cubes inside, and then I will put some baking soda, just sprinkle it in there, and then I like to use vinegar. So it'll kind of fizz up in here, and then I will actually run the disposal. So you can't really see it running, but the ice really helps clean off the blades, and the vinegar and baking soda also have great cleaning properties to them, and they also really help with any smells. So now I'm just scrubbing down the sink. I will also be scrubbing the inside of the disposal, so I'll show you how I like to do that. Our sink really stays like shiny and clean, and I definitely contribute it to the product that I'll be sharing with you guys in a little bit. But now that I just did a general scrub, I'm going to use this longer, it's like a bottle brush, to scrub the inside of this disposal area. So I like to get the inside of the flap with it. You can see all that gross gunk just come off, and I'm just scrubbing as much as I can on the inside of the disposal area.
That I can be with you, 'cause God knows that I've been longing for you. I just wanna hold you close. You know the stars are shining just for you. Let's take a walk, and we can follow the moonlight till we reach a place we can stay. Maybe kiss a bit and dream away. And in a while we're gonna go inside and drink our chocolate by the fire.
So I got this from Lowe's, and I absolutely love it. It's perfect sink, and it's not usually like this runny, but I just squirt some all around the sink. I'm probably just due for a new bottle. I've had this one for quite a while now. I try to do this like once a month or so, but it actually like protects the sink and really like makes our sink shiny and clean. After I use this, I can actually see like beads of water on our sink, just like you would if you had like waxed your car. So I really can tell that it's like protecting our stainless steel sink from any like hard water or anything else that gets put into our sink.
And in a while we're gonna go inside and drink our chocolate by the fire. 'Cause all I want is to spend this day with you. Let me give you a Christmas, a moment we'll fill with love and joy. Loving so beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents.
There are still a bunch of things here in the kitchen that I want to deep clean. So first I'm just wiping down all the counters and making sure to move everything out of the way so that I can wipe the counters underneath it, get all those crumbs and different things that don't normally get wiped down with a general everyday clean. I'm going to be picking up like our fruit basket. I tried my best to get all the crumbs that are underneath this, but our counters really hide like how dirty and grimy they are sometimes. The same thing goes with like our tile. Like the builder that made this house definitely picked the most fantastic like tiles and grout because they hide so much dirt, but it's also really hard to clean them sometimes because it's just so hard to tell that it's even dirty. So at this point, Owen just takes like hour naps. So he is up now, and I'm just setting him up in his high chair. He loves just playing with random things. So right now he's playing with some of my hair ties because he's just absolutely obsessed with them right now. He's definitely teething. Anyway, so I'm using plain vinegar to just spray down our entire fridge. Vinegar is my favorite thing to use to clean all of our stainless steel appliances. It makes them so shiny and clean without like any residue or anything getting left on them. Plus it's natural, so there's really like nothing to hate about this. I know a lot of people don't really like the smell. I'm not too fond of it either, but it dissipates so quickly, so I'm not bothered by it at all. But I have heard that you can put like some essential oil in with it, and it does the same thing. Like you can put a few drops of lemon in with it and it will help clean and also smell nice at the same time. So I'm cleaning off our microwave now, and then I'll be cleaning off the stove. I'm taking all the Christmas decorations down from on top. I kind of get to the point, and I don't know if everybody else does too, like my Christmas decorations have been up for a while and I was completely obsessed with them, and now like in our kitchen I feel like I have too much decor in here, so I will start to like take a few things out. I will rearrange them a little bit. There are certain decor areas that I've put together that if I look at it too long, I realize like what's off about it, so I will rearrange it and make it look nicer. So I'm just curious if other people do that too. I know the closer I get to the end of the year, the more I just want to declutter and deep clean and get everything out of our house, especially after Christmas, after that influx of just toys and gifts and everything. I just want to clean everything out. So you'll definitely be seeing a lot of like deep clean and decluttering and organizing in the new year with all of my videos. So recently we had to get a new dishwasher. Our last one lasted about 6 years for us and it went kaput. So this one had only been like a week or two old, and I realized as I was cleaning it, there was this weird line here, and I was like, what in the world? So I realized it still had a protective like layer on it, so I'm peeling it all off now, and this is always the most satisfying part, especially when you get like a new screen or something like on your phone. Oh my gosh, I love peeling this off. So this is definitely the shiniest this dishwasher will ever be, and I'm taking it all in. So I'm moving back to our stove now so I can do some deep cleaning. You can see all these crumbs inside these cracks that get stuck in here. So I am trying my darn hardest to get our stove to come out of here. I always have my husband do it. This was the first time I tried doing it myself and I could not get it to budge. So I'm just using a piece of paper to try and catch all of these crumbs and kick them out of this crack. And this actually worked so well. It even caught a lot of them. I tried to keep the open part in the direction that I was moving, and then it just kicked them all to the front. And whenever my husband comes home, I'll be able to take it out and really deep clean the back of it and underneath. So now these cracks are completely clear of all those crumbs and everything that bugs love to get to, especially cockroaches, which is disgusting. All the crumbs kind of fell right here on the ground here. Our tile is really good at hiding how much crumbs are actually there, but I'm just gonna vacuum all of this out before doing the stovetop. On the top of our stove, we always get these really burnt on areas that don't just wash off anymore. So I love using this product. It's a magic glass top cleaner, and I just put a little bit on the stove, and then I use a little magic eraser. I will just save a little piece of like an old one, and it works just as well. And then I scrub our entire stove with it. I'll get to an area that is really gunked up, and I'll actually take a razor blade to it just to get the rest of it off. But this is definitely the easiest way I've found to clean our stove and make it look completely brand new when I'm done. Glass top stoves are definitely extremely common here in Florida, so it is all I have ever known, but I have used a gas stove before, and I cannot say how much I love them. I wish we had a gas top, but those also look a lot harder to clean. So after I'm done scrubbing it, I just take a cloth and I take off all the residue, and sometimes I'll just really buff it out, and then other times I'll just take my Miss Meyer's multi-purpose spray to spray it on and then just wipe the rest of it off. And I'm always so obsessed with how shiny and clean our stove looks after I've done this. It literally looks brand new. Another area of our kitchen that is just a big cause for, bugs and smells is our trash can. So I'm taking out the trash now so that I can really deep clean our trash can. The top always gets covered with stuff, and then there's always those random things that get caught in there, and I'm going to be scrubbing the whole area that it sits in, but I'm just taking like a Clorox disinfecting wipe and cleaning the entire trash can with this. This is definitely my least favorite area to clean, but it definitely is like a must-do area, especially when the bottom of it starts to get crumbs and different things, because bugs just love getting in those and they just start to smell. So really needed to be cleaned out, and if you stay on top of it, it's so much easier to clean than if it gets really bad. Then I actually take it to the backyard with a hose and a bleach and spray it out that way. So this is actually just our general trash can. It's where we put all of our trash. We have another recycling can that's in our garage, so we will just throw our recycling into there, but this is the one that stays inside our house.
And family, making angels in the sand, you let me. Doesn't matter, it's Christmas in my heart.
My favorite thing to do is carpet clean, so I took out our carpet cleaner. I'm actually doing something that I saw on Jamie's Journey. She's another YouTuber that I love watching, but she had shared a tip on just a way that you can kind of save your carpets from getting too saturated with water, and that is to spray it with a bottle of water and your concentrate onto the floor first. So I'm actually spraying the entire carpet, and I'm actually spraying more on the really soiled areas. So this helps you use so much less of the cleaning formula for your carpet cleaner, and it also helps you use a lot less water on your carpet. So the carpet doesn't get weighed down by all the water that it gets saturated with, and you're not using as much of the solution. So after you are done like spraying the entire carpet with the, water and the cleaning solution, you just run your carpet cleaner with some warm water. So now it's just taking all of that cleaning solution out, and it's also scrubbing it at the same time. So whereas before you would have to make 2 passes, the first pass would be with your cleaning solution, and then you'd have to make another pass so that you could clean all that solution out. So now it's just 1 pass with your carpet cleaner, so it actually made it a lot faster. Although I did end up making 2 passes with the water because I realized how dirty this rug was. It was really bad. And I will show you guys the container in a little bit. So here's all the nasty water and dirt that I pulled out of this carpet, and I'm just gonna dump it all down our toilet. So when I do my second pass, I like to go in a different direction than I was going initially. So this one is from side to side rather than that long ways that I was doing before. I just feel like this gets the fibers in a different direction, and I can get even more dirt out of our rug. So after I'm done carpet cleaning, I always like to take apart the entire bottom area of this. It really helps to keep the machine in great working condition because this thing is not cheap, so I like to make sure I'm taking care of it. So right now I'm taking out some fibers that were stuck inside the spinners, and then kind of cleaning out all the gunk that likes to get stuck inside here. The sooner you clean all this out, the easier it is to clean. If it stays in here and gets gunked up, and like this area really needs to be washed off every single time you use it. Otherwise it gets hard and dried, and then all the little areas that like squirt out the water get gunked up, and then you can't use that anymore. So make sure you're cleaning out your carpet cleaner after every single time so that it works just as well as the day that you bought it. I always link all of my favorite cleaning products in the description, so if you are looking for anything, make sure to check there or comment below. But our kitchen is so clean now. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you give it a thumbs up for me. I make weekly cleaning, organizing, and decorating videos, so if you are new, I hope you consider subscribing, and I will see you all right here next week in a brand new video. Bye!